What's up, guys? It's Ninja on Ninja. Basically, can make a full video, but I wanted to record a little bit. Because when I come home, I plan to go over this. I can't watch anything really until I get back, because I found out I cannot fucking hold. I have to make a video about everything. I have to point out everything about everything because the problem is you guys have ruined the world. All these false alphas, all these fake stories, all these the reason why I think, and now you can't think for yourself. There's no room to think for yourself. So, the way I counter this is I butt in, shut the person down with my logic versus their logic, and prove that they're wrong, and then I starve you and make it to where you need to use your own logic to validate and create the reasons as to why what is. Basically, I will lead you, right? But I will not tell you yes. I will tell you no, but I will never tell you yes. Okay? So,
it is obvious that women who have children are going to be more fulfilled.
How is
right?
that obvious? Because you said so?
The argument was that women would become
okay, so I want to point that out. Notice, not answered.
and I'm talking about what the feminists got ahead of, and
You
this
can
is why
debate
women
like
women
this
need to
imaginary
like
Twitter
men.
feminist, but like
It's
right now you're
not-
talking to me, and
it's
that's not the argument.
I'm not actually debating an imaginary Twitter feminist. I'm speaking to you, and I have no
Right.
idea why you're becoming increasingly more rude.
True. That's what they do on Jubilee. Is they literally find basically your church and you like Jesus, they'll put you across the street from a church that doesn't like Jesus. Welcome to Jubilee. That's all they do. That's why it's not amazing. That's why I'm pissed off they exist, because all they do is they're born to split hairs. They're not there to actually get interested in the discussion. They're there to just smoke and mirrors, to emotionally beat you down, and to what's it called, to create snippets, highlights, or whatever of video, um, to try to make you like. I posted a video previously. Um, that's what they do basically. That guy talking about Jordan Peterson. That's what they do. They all look at all those reasons why Jordan Peterson is wrong, but in reality, no, he's actually right. The problem is you are speaking uncontested, and anybody with a brain would want to hear you get shut down, basically. Like anybody with a brain would be like, Ben or Ninja, you're right. Ninja, go ahead, take the stage. You know what I'm saying? Biased friends or quote unquote friends would say no, and they would vote against me, but they would ruin. I guess what their lives suck and we're not friends anymore, right? This is my experience, so I don't know. But anyways, it's bullshit.
Feminine traits are like support classes and
Oh, and then this is the thing that the final thing I wanted to say right here.
Speaking to you, and I have no
Right.
idea why you're becoming increasingly more rude.
She's right.
feminine traits are like support classes and Overwatch, where you have to lie to everybody to convince everybody that actually support's the hardest role, and it really is the most important one. And can you please play support because all of us want to be carry? Okay.
So he's right in that people do that, but he's wrong as to why. And what I mean is because it's a lot harder for you to understand why support is important than it is to understand why AD. It's why so many kids thought AD was the role of the life or of the game in League of Legends. And then now they hate tanks because tanks destroy ADs, but tanks lose to support, for example. Basically, it's just all it is we're stupid. We have our own chosen bit of society. This is what they want, by the way. The rich, by the way. They want you to not be informed, not knowledgeable, not aware, not intellectual, basically, not have all information. And for you to decide this is what you want to do, because when you do that, then you make bad choices. And they want you to make bad choices because every choice that you make that's terrible is less likely that you're going to take their job away as the governor. basically. But if you actually do make it, suddenly it's this guy or me, and oh fuck, I don't want to lose to this guy. Fuck, and that's why I want you dumb and to do all this shit. But the point again, real quick, is that it is indeed just as important for you to play the support as it is the AD, as it is the tank, as it is. We need a team, basically. You need to stop with this ball hog mentality. Oh, I'm Michael Jordan. Like, was it way back in the day in League of Legends? There's a team called Team Solo Mid, right? And all of them were about, oh, look at me, I'm Michael Jordan. Look at me, I'm such a ball hog extraordinaire, blah, blah, blah. There's a reason why they never, ever, ever did well outside of NA tournaments, basically. If there's ever a tournament, the second like Korea was involved, the American team was last place every time, and that's why they want you to follow Destiny, because his logic will end you up in last place, basically. And other nations want to rise above America, and that's what's going on, basically. And they chose a bunch of false alphas, basically, to lead you off a cliff because they have a compelling story, they have a compelling reason or whatever, and you can jump off a cliff because you don't know, and you don't want to do the heavy lifting. You don't want to do the homework. You don't want to do the reading. I'd rather listen to this guy who says what I want to hear. That makes sense to me. So I favor this guy, and that's the kind of stuff that they encourage and they want because it helps create stupid fucking idiots that don't know what the fuck they're doing, basically. But the fact is, again, there's this dude named Afro Moo, right? I forgot what team he was on. I think it was like Angry Nerds or something. I don't remember. But the point is, he was actually a very good team member. He had really good awareness. He could play AD. He could play top. He could play any of these. He could play the AD. He could play jungle. He could do all of this shit, but he chose to play support, basically. Or maybe he was support for whatever reason. Maybe it's because he didn't step up enough, whatever. I don't know. Like, if you want to do support, fine, right? But it shouldn't be, oh, it's because we all want to be AD. We all want to be the carries. That's just you being a dumbass. That's what that means. I want to be a carry. That means you want the glory. That's all that means. You want the fame. You want the fortune. That's all you're playing for. If you don't realize that I can actually become the world's best support player because I'm full of shitheads like you that played AD instead of support. So now I'm the best support because you're all fucking getting shit on an AD trying to be the best AD in the world. But again, you're not Michael Jordan. You're wasting your time. You could be the best support in the world. You could be the best support in the world, right? This is why they made it toward there's females and then males, and why they have their own leagues. Because what would happen is guys would learn, okay, well, since I can't be the best male quarterback, or best quarterback, I'm going to be a female and be the best female quarterback. Hey, look at me, I'm the best female quarterback. When you have a penis behind your legs, you know what I'm saying? So, and so forth and so on. Um, but yeah, like that's basically what it comes down to. It's just you're stupid and you're making an argument out of nothing. Like you're making what is it? I forgot a mill out of a molehill, or I forgot the whole was. Oh, a hill out of a molehill. You're making a mountain out of a molehill. I forgot the. No, let me see. I forgot the exact saying, but I know who would know. Fuck Google. There's a saying, and I can't think of how it goes or like the proper way to say it, but it's like you don't make a mountain out of a molehill, or I think it's something. I think that's what it was. It wasn't.
Yeah, you got it right. The phrase is don't make a mountain out of a molehill. It basically means don't turn a small problem into a big one. So you nailed it.
Good. I'm glad. Cool. Thank you. I had said like 10 or 15 variations, and then that one came up and as my example to you, and that was the correct one. But yeah, cool. Cool. Thank you. You helped me, even though you didn't help me. No, yeah.
I'm glad we got there in the end. It's always fun to figure out those little phrases, and I'm happy to help, even if it's in a roundabout way.
Cool. Well, I gotta get back to my video, so I'll talk to you later.
All right, have fun with your videos, and if you need anything else, just give me a shout.
She's the best support player that I know of, by the way. Like, she's a secretary, basically. So, anyways, the point is, like, I'm able to do what I'm doing because I'm actually the best at it, right? And to play second to me is an honor, essentially. It's a blessing for you to be my bitch, essentially, because I'm such an alpha. I am the alpha of the alphas. I am the king of kings, basically, right? People want me around so they can steal my ideas and act like they're theirs. And me, I have so many ideas that I don't care, you beta fucking cuck. I have so many ideas. Still, all you fucking want. You're not gonna chisel at my empire, bitch. Like, I have so many ideas. I don't care, right? Anyways, the point is, you're small minded and you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. The point is, Candace Owens is actually correct. The problem is, everyone is either yes or no. Like that one kid that everyone's saying pops off or whatever. Like that one guy from my last video said about the Jubilee. There's some kid that's like, you're either Christian or you're not, or whatever it was. And I've had people up to me and be like, either you either believe in God or you don't. And I told them, like, actually, no, there is this thing called agnostic. It means I can't say if there is or there isn't a God. And anybody who says there is or isn't a God is a fucking dumbass. And for you to make people become a dumbass in order to have a discussion with you, fuck you, you know? But, anyways, the point is, now, um, so Ken Soros makes the claim. Again, it's either this or that, but in truth is it depends. You can be something, but you gotta understand at some point you're not gonna be, and a lot of companies take that consideration when they're like, who do I want running this company? This man who's gonna be there 24/7, or this lady who's one day gonna get pregnant and leave for 9 months, right? Regardless of how you feel about it, that's a reality, right? That is a reality. Unless she decided I already had kids, I already did all that shit, then chances are she's not as intelligent or educated as somebody else because you already had your kids. That means you took a year off. Well, guess what? In that year that you took off, I was studying, I was learning, I was training. So I have a year more experience, and that's why men tend to be higher favored than women unless they soar off kids and they plan to not have a family. But again, that's why they get sad, and that's where Candace Owens is coming from. Basically, you're sad because you're not gonna have a family, and when you're old, you're gonna be like, "Damn, I wish I had a fucking family." Basically, right? And a man doesn't have that because he can have a family that she knocked some bitch up to do it, and she did it, right? But he goes off and still has a fucking life. She doesn't, though. And you can say that's unfair, but okay, just skill issue. Be reborn a man. Go for it. Kill yourself. Here's a gun. Well, that's like the only choice here. Basically, you're bitching about something. That's what it is. Get over it. Too bad. So sad, right? And because you're unhappy, you're dragging the rest of the world down. Basically, that's what you're doing. I want I was born a man, and you try to go and sexually become a man, and all this trans shit, all this other shit starts taking fire, and blah blah blah, because you're involving something that shouldn't be, and because of your desperation and your greed and your desires for certain things, and all these innocent people get caught in the crossfire. You know what I'm saying? Like, understand, you're causing harm at that point. Basically, anyways, when I get back, I'll get more into it. But yeah, that's it. So thank you for watching. Take it, we'll keep it easy. And there's a lot to talk about coming up because that was me watching 33 seconds of footage and I made a 15-minute response basically, and I understand that that's highlights. I understand that, and that's probably the biggest, most like controversial thing in the world. Then that's why it's a highlight. But there you go. Anyways, be well, be safe, be happy, be strong. I love you. Take care, be safe. And there's nothing wrong with being a support. There's really nothing wrong with being a support. Like me, for example, I was into basketball at one point, but I was like, "This is really Michael Jordan. There's no point to be playing basketball unless I think I can take on Michael Jordan, and I don't think I can, so I'm good." So then I started getting into football, right? And then I started getting into and so forth, and just go, basically, until I found, hey, this online or this gaming world, there is no Michael Jordan, um, and generally speaking, they last for the year, and then they suck because unlike what's called football, you are going against a career for life, basically, like Hall of Famers, as they call it. You were the best in 2023 or whatever, but compared to Michael Jordan in 2002, you're shit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know numbers. I don't really know the years, whatever. So don't quote me. But the point is, like, that's kind of the mentality, and that's why the science game is dead. It's because everyone's talking like we have discovered, we know what the edge of the universe looks like, we know this and we know that. But the truth is, they don't know what's swimming at the bottom of their toilet bowls half the time. Like, you're trying to tell me what the hell's on the edge of the universe, and you can't tell me what's in your tree. Like, shut the fuck up, you dumb bitch. And understand, you're killing the world because, like, people like me, like, well, there's no point if there's already a Michael Jordan. Well, it's called in science. You think that's the case, but in reality, that's not the case. They say we can see the edge of the universe, and like, oh, it turns out there's more to the universe than we thought. Or we see this planet. It turns out to be a fart in space, and we had no idea. You know what I'm saying? But the point is, they speak like they definitively know when they don't. If there's people that think time. There's people that think time is real. There's people that think an inch is real. There's people that think things that normal people be like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's a measurement. There's no such thing as today. There's no such thing as tomorrow. That's a memory. We created that memory. We put that in your head. We allowed that to exist, just like math, right? We allow like dimensions to say first dimension, second dimension. That's a memory. That's a consequence. Oh, that's not it's not something that you actually find in reality. That's just an effect from something we created, and we seem to think that because we keep saying, "Well, if that's the case, then if that's the case, then if that's the case, then." No, it's that's it. That's it. There's the language. That's it. The language, the result of the language. That's it. That's where it stops. You know why? It's because language isn't real. That's where it ends. That no. You can say whatever the fuck you want. Okay, cool. Congratulations. We'll stop building a fucking empire into the abyss because you're taking people with you. And they think that that's actually a reality now. And they're being lied to. Because at some point, someone's going to be like, and then all the towers will come crashing down because you're an idiot and you think destiny, and you think dimensions are real, but in reality, they're not. Basically, you think that a dimension between what's it called, like the first dimension, second dimension, and third dimension, you think they're real, but in reality, they're not real. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no fourth dimension in the sense of reality. You know why? It's because there's no third, second, or first dimension. But for the sake of, sure, one, two, three. But you can't say, okay, well, for the sake of four. And no, that's stupid. That's you with having nothing better to do with because you're a loser. Sorry to say, you're a loser. Maybe you should have had a family. You would be a little more happier. But the point is, you're a loser and you're making shit up. And the problem is, that's fine, feel the way you want, but telling people that this is actually a thing or a reality as fucking with the world, you fucking selfish cunt. So, anyways, I'm out here. Be well, be safe, be awesome, be great. And again, that was off of 33 seconds of a footage. But yeah, that's why I'm the alpha of alpha, the king of kings. A lot of people can't do what I just did. You know what I mean? They need a script and they need some bullshit, some breakdown or whatever, but I don't. Fuck that shit. I don't care. I'll do it because I have to cover all ideas, for example, or if someone tells me, "Oh, you need to talk about these 10 things," then okay, I should mention this. Then it's a list at that point. But when, for example, I told myself I should let them know that I want to make a video about Destiny and just talk, and so I did, and there you are, 22 minutes later, 21 minutes, 20 minutes and 22 seconds later. But anyways, be well, be happy, be safe. I'm out, be well, be safe. Peace and Godspeed, God bless, and praise Allah, praise Yevon, and praise the fart bubble that came out of my ass last Tuesday, and yeah, peace.